Subsidies, thank you. We, as I just said, we would guarantee 100% that we would want to support farming in the way that it is currently supported and make sure that the rural economy is properly looked after. It's a no-brainer for this country. It's a massive, massive, important part of our lives, of our culture, and of the British way of life. Any government is going to want to support the rural economy in the way that it is. But to repeat my point, you could repeal regulation and you could make sure that you'd have extra money to spend.
Well, look, Marks and Spencer is very much in the front line of this problem because we had a business in France, exporting into France. We've had to close that because of the customs rules. We have a big business in the Republic of Ireland, which we very much want to continue, but is proving very, very tough to make it work. So at the moment, wagons arriving in the Republic of Ireland have to carry 700 pages of documentation. Takes 8 hours to prepare the documentation. Some of the descriptors, particularly of animal product, have to be written in Latin. It has to be in a certain typeface. We employ 13 vets in Motherwell to prepare it all. Takes 30% more driver time. So it's very, very onerous, costs about £30 million.
As farmers, our input costs have been through the roof at around about 30%, in particular since the Ukraine invasion. But prior to that, inflation has been high because of Brexit. I mean, ultimately, what is going on is that British domestic food production is collapsing. And there's two reasons for that. The government no longer subsidise farming to produce food. They're incentivising farmers to go into environmental schemes. So they're pulling them away from producing food. But that is being exacerbated by the Ukraine war and the energy crisis and everything else, in that it's now becoming so expensive for farmers to produce food because the supermarkets decide the end price. So a lot of farmers are just giving up contributing to the food system in this country and doing other things. And so ultimately that means that the food that is coming into supermarkets is going to be less and less British food coming in.
Liz Webster from Swindon, who's chair of Save British Food.